Hey there, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a book that's more than just words on paper. It's a lifeline for anyone who's ever been hurt, betrayed, or left holding on to pain they never asked for. The book is Forgiving What You Can't Forget by Lysa TerKeurst. This isn't your typical self-help book. This is raw, it's emotional, and it's written by someone who's lived through deep pain and come out the other side, not unscathed, but transformed. So grab a cup of tea or coffee, find a cozy spot, and let's journey together through the powerful pages of this book. Part 1. The Pain We Didn't Choose. Lysa opens the book with brutal honesty. She shares her personal story of betrayal, discovering that her husband had been unfaithful, and not just a one-time mistake, but a long-term pattern of deceit. The pain she describes isn't just heartbreak, it's soul-shattering. It's the kind of pain that makes you question everything you ever believed. And right here, Lysa makes a bold statement. You deserve to stop suffering because of what other people have done to you. That hits, doesn't it? We often carry wounds that aren't our fault. Maybe a friend betrayed you, or a parent neglected you, or someone you loved deeply just walked away. Lysa acknowledges that we didn't choose this pain, but here's the truth. We do have a choice in what we do with it. She introduces the idea that healing isn't about the other person. It's about us. And forgiveness? It's not about making excuses for what they did. It's about setting ourselves free. She also shares the complexity of carrying unresolved pain. It's not just emotional. It affects our mental, physical, and even spiritual health. Trauma and resentment create weight that slows down every area of our life. So choosing to heal becomes an act of courage and self-love. Part 2. The Truth About Forgiveness. Let's be honest, forgiveness is hard, like really hard, especially when the pain feels fresh or when the person who hurt you isn't even sorry. And what makes it harder is the way we often misunderstand it. Lysa breaks down some myths here. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting. Forgiveness does not mean trusting again right away. Forgiveness does not mean everything goes back to how it was. Instead, forgiveness is a decision to release, not once but again and again, every time the pain resurfaces. Lysa writes, forgiveness isn't something you do for the other person. It's what you do for yourself so you can heal and be free. She compares unforgiveness to a prison. We build walls of protection, thinking we're keeping others out, but really we're locking ourselves in. She walks us through the emotional toll it takes, sleepless nights, the mental replaying of conversations, the anger that builds with each reminder. And then she gently offers an alternative. Forgiveness is the key to release. Part 3. Collecting the Dots. Lysa introduces a concept called collecting the dots, which means going back and acknowledging all the pieces of your pain. This is not about dwelling on the past, but about recognizing the full story. Every painful memory, every harsh word, every moment of feeling invisible, it all matters. When we minimize our pain, we can't heal from it. She encourages journaling, therapy, prayer, and honest conversations with God. This part of the book is deeply emotional. It might bring up tears, but it's necessary. Because healing can't happen in denial, it happens in truth. She writes, you have to feel the pain to heal the pain. This step is about honoring your story, no longer brushing things under the rug. When we collect the dots, we stop pretending and start acknowledging the magnitude of what we've endured. And only then can we begin to understand it. By the way, if you feel connected to this message and want to dive deeper, the link to buy the book is in the description below. Grab your copy and let the healing journey begin. Part 4. Connecting the Dots. Now that we've gathered the pieces of our pain, it's time to understand how they connect. How have these experiences shaped us? What lies have we started believing because of them? This section is like therapy in book form. Lysa talks about the false beliefs we often develop. I'm not worthy of love. People always leave. I have to protect myself at all costs. She helps us trace these lies back to the moments that planted them, and then she offers truth in their place. Truth grounded in scripture, psychology, and real-world healing. It's emotional, it's raw, but it's also hopeful, because when we identify the lies, we can replace them with truth. We can begin to break old patterns, build new habits, and reshape our sense of self. Lysa doesn't just leave us with wounds, she shows us the way to wisdom. Part 5. Changing the narrative. This is where things start to shift. Lysa invites us to rewrite the story we've been telling ourselves, not by pretending the pain didn't happen, but by reframing it. Yes, the pain was real. Yes, what they did was wrong, but that's not the end of your story. She reminds us that we are not victims. We are survivors, warriors, healers, and we have the power to choose what we do next. In this section, Lysa offers practical steps. Speak the truth out loud. Replace lies with affirmations. Anchor your identity in who God says you are. She also encourages creative healing, writing letters you never send, expressing your feelings through art or music, and using your story to encourage others. These are all ways we reframe the narrative from "this ruined me" to "this refined me." There's so much power in that. It's like taking back the pen and becoming the author of your own life. Part 6. The complicated art of forgiveness. Here, Lysa admits what we all feel. Forgiveness is not a one-time thing. It's a process. Some days you might feel strong. Other days the bitterness creeps back in, and that's okay. It doesn't mean you're failing, it just means you're human. She talks about praying blessings over the people who hurt you, and let me tell you, that's hard, but it's transformative. Not because it changes them, but because it changes you. She also introduces the idea of micro-forgiveness, small, daily acts of release. Instead of waiting for the big moment, we forgive a little each day. Every time we catch ourselves in resentment, we redirect. We choose peace over punishment. Lysa shares how forgiveness began softening her heart, how it freed her from the constant ache, how it made space for joy again. She describes the emotional lightness she felt when she no longer needed an apology to move forward. And she reminds us, forgiveness doesn't mean reconciliation is required. You can forgive and still keep healthy boundaries. You can forgive and still protect your peace. Part 7. Living forgiven and forgiving. As the book nears its end, Lysa shifts the focus. It's not just about giving forgiveness. It's also about receiving it. Many of us struggle with guilt, shame, and regret. We've hurt others too. We carry burdens of our own mistakes. Lysa gently leads us to grace. She reminds us that God offers forgiveness freely. And that same grace we extend to others, we need it too. She writes about what it means to live forgiven, to walk with your head high, knowing you're not defined by your worst moments, to believe that redemption is real, that healing isn't just possible, it's promised. She encourages us to practice self-compassion, to let go of perfectionism, and to start seeing ourselves through the eyes of love. And when we embrace that kind of grace, it becomes easier to extend it to others. The cycle of pain ends. The cycle of healing begins. Conclusion: the journey continues. Lysa doesn't promise a fairy tale ending. This book isn't about quick fixes or spiritual bypassing, but she does promise this: healing is possible. Through her words, you feel seen, you feel understood, and most importantly, you feel hopeful. Forgiveness isn't easy. It's messy and painful and deeply personal, but it's also one of the most powerful acts of love we can give ourselves. So if you're listening right now and your heart is aching, if you've been hurt in ways no one sees, if you've been holding on to pain because you didn't know how to let go, Know this, you are not alone. Your healing matters, and you are worthy of peace. Take the first step. Let the journey begin. And remember, forgiving what you can't forget isn't about forgetting the pain. It's about freeing yourself to live again. If this spoke to your heart and you'd like to read the full book, the link to buy it is right there in the description. It could be the next step in your healing journey. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And if this touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Until next time, take care of your heart.